Okay, so I'm here with Shauna from Secret Secretary. Hello, Shauna.
Hi, Nick.
Tell us what Secret Secretary does.
Well, Secret Secretary is a business that looks after keynote speakers in particular, their diary management, their travel, their setting up venues, making sure everything's ready for them to just walk in and do nothing else. They don't have to think about it, and we can also help them with their presentation, preparation and all that sort of thing.
As someone who speaks myself, I can vouch for how good that is not to have to worry about that stuff. What's the hardest stuff getting a speaker organised or making them let go of something? What do you find?
Well, making them let go is difficult because speakers are very focused people, and I understand that, so I don't pressure people into just dropping everything and letting me take over, because I know how hard that is. But I do encourage them to let me do that because it gives them more time then to have time to themselves, to get prepared, to get to the venue on time, especially if they're flying. If you've got to fly to a venue, you have to be thinking about a whole lot of things, so you don't want to have to think about, is everything going to be set up right when I get there? And that's what Secret Secretary can do for them.
And what are the sort of things that speakers who are generally very good at speaking and generally not very good at organising themselves, what are the sort of things that we forget? What are the sort of things that you pay attention to that detail that we might not be totally on top of?
Well, I mean, a professional keynote speaker's probably been doing it for a long time, and they might just expect that all venues are the same and all people who are putting these conferences together understand what they need, but that's not necessarily true. So you need to have, you know, your USB sticks organised properly, make sure everything's ready, and for me to be the liaison between the venue and the conference organiser so that you don't have to deal with all that stuff. And I think probably a lot of keynote speakers are still focused on doing all of that. They want to make sure it's all right, but with a Secret Secretary on board, you don't have to.
Okay, so that's one part of your business. What else do you look after for your keynote speakers or for clients in general?
For clients in general, but specifically I want to move more into the keynote speaker specialty, your social media assistants. In other words, making posts on Twitter for you, advertising what's coming up for you, and your Facebook pages, making sure they're all set up and organised, and making posts for you on that as well, so that everything's working behind the scenes and that just works for you.
So to do that, you must have to immerse yourself in someone's profile, in their business, in their life.
Yes, I do. I really enjoy getting to know the speaker or the client and knowing their vernacular, how they like to speak. You know, you could be someone who gets around in t-shirts and thongs like somebody we know. So in that sense, I will take on your vernacular and the way you like to have things done. But if you're someone who gets dressed and loves to wear suits and likes to have everything A1, then that becomes the way that I deal with your clients. And
your background pre-Secret Secretary was looking after executives and
yes,
management of top-level execs. How has that experience helped you in your new business looking after keynote speakers?
I think it's helped me understand that keynote speakers are all individuals and you can't treat them all the same. Especially at the top executive level, people have different egos maybe and different ways of liking the way things are done. And I think I'm very perceptive of that, and I can understand what you want, how you want it done, and I'll just go with that, because after all it's your business.
So as a small business owner, what's your biggest challenges in the day of looking after these people, or what's the biggest challenges in your work?
I don't really see I have many challenges. I don't know, can't think.
Well, that's a good thing. On the other side then, what's the best part about running your own business?
I think it's the freedom of being able to choose which clients I want to work with. If in fact I find that someone would contact me that I might not be able to help them, or I probably don't think we'd gel, I would definitely refer you on to other virtual assistants who could assist you in whatever you needed. So it's not that I pick and choose, but we have to fit well, and I think that's important. And I know that speakers understand that too.